So let me ask you this.
Neil's just
I'm
different.
glad you went onto that. Hold on. Look at Dean. Dean,
We just opened the door.
we just opened the door here. Now,
Dean has to answer this one too because I'm all gal.
yeah.
Because I know exactly what you're gonna ask.
You know exactly what I'm going to ask. Okay. So, growing up, first of all, there's only myself and my sister. My sister's older than me. I think it was harder for her because I was the boy. West Indian parents tend to be a little bit more strict with their
The
girls,
females, yeah.
the females. So even though I was the younger one, I agree. I think I had a little bit more leeway than she did. I think that affected the way my sister viewed certain things, that she kind of felt like I was the favorite. That's her. Not all kids are going to be the same way, but I kind of get why my parents were like that. I'm not saying it's right, because I know some people are going to say, no, you got to treat everyone equal.
Can't.
But when it comes to a female, it's like he said, it's just different. Now, I just want to know what's your guys' take on it. I don't have no female, so I can't really say what it's like to be a parent when I like for a female daughter, because I have boys, but both you guys have daughters. So what's your take on that? Like,
I try not to impose too many rules that are like just because you're a girl.
mm-hmm.
Right.
I try to give them as much freedom as I think they deserve or should have or what have you. But
Now, is it that they deserve, or is it that makes you comfortable? Because those are two different things.
Good question.
Mm.
Because like I said,
Mark. Ooh.
like I said, I get it. Like, if you're going to allow your boy to stay out, say 10 o'clock at night, then you should be able to do the same thing for your daughter. But you as a parent, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care what anybody says. I don't even have a daughter, but I look at you guys have your daughters. I care about them. If you're telling me that you're letting your daughter go out and stay out at 11 o'clock, I might be worried about that more than I would if it was a boy. But that's me, the way I look at girls.
Right.
yeah,
Now, if that's wrong, then that's wrong. But I'm just telling you, that was the thought process, I think, of all our parents.
no, for sure.
Going forward, I don't know if it's changing, but for me, it doesn't change. For me, it doesn't change. I don't have a daughter, so I don't have to deal with that issue. Like, he might have to deal with it because
I will definitely have to deal with it. I'll tell you why.
because at some point in
It's
time, someone's going to say,
No.
you let him do this.
No,
Why?
not some point in time. Already.
Oh, okay.
Already, things are flying. Oh, he does this. How come I can't? Number one, he's older than you. Full stop.
Enough
Yeah.
said.
But when
a
she,
lot of the situations that come up, it's not because boy girl. It's flat out because he's older than her.
no, you're good because they're not.
Right.
But my question is, when she reaches that age,
Then there's times I say to her, I said, when you get to that age,
we'll deal with it.
we'll talk. And I just leave it at that.
leave it at that.
But believe me, when she gets to that age, she come, Daddy, remember when?
And what do
She
you
doesn't
say?
forget.
And it,
No, we'll talk about it. And I'll ask her a bunch of questions. Depending on how she answers the questions is depending on what my answer is going to be. That's how I deal with that one.
I don't know what to say, man, because I know that, at one point in time you'd said that, Nia, you raised perfectly.
Yeah, she was just different.
Right? Sinai's on the same path. Like, I don't really have many worries about Sinai at all. If she said that she wanted to go to a party that was going to, end at, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever, I would probably do the same thing that you're doing and saying, I'll come pick you up.
Right.
Right? But I wouldn't worry about her being out there. Right? Because she has a decent head on her shoulders. And I think that's probably because of who her father is.
Yeah, I get it.
Right? And the stories that we share and the things that we tell them to look out for and whatever. Right? So I think that if you had a daughter, it would probably be the same thing. It would be you coaching her and talking to her about how men can be.
Right.
And because of that, I think that you would have confidence in her no matter what time she's out. But you'd still probably do the same things.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come pick you up. Like, tell me where you are. It doesn't matter what time it is. I'll come for you. Right?
And again, my rule for everybody, I don't boy or girl. My rule is, if you're not in this house, I just need to know where you are.
Yeah.
As long as that is set, I'm okay. And the reason I go with that is that's how I was raised as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't say there was favorites between me and my sister. She would say differently. But at the same time,
Because-
she left the house early,
Yeah.
right? So she left the house, let me see, I think when she was like 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still younger. So that time frame where I was doing everything,
What? So let me ask you a question. Do you know why she left?
yeah, because she's a menace, number one. And she felt that she couldn't do what she wanted to do.
Okay, so that's what that's the reason why I asked that question. Now I'm going to ask you, about you and your sister?
Same reason?
Yeah, my eldest sister, not Stephanie, the eldest sister,
Yeah.
left in and around the
For
same
that
time.
reason.
When she was like 17, 18.
Because she felt like she couldn't do what she wanted to do.
So you see, it's something common,
Right.
Yeah.
right? My sister, well, she didn't leave at all, but there was a lot of headache, let's say.
Remorse.
Yes, a lot of that. Like, she kind of felt that I was the favorite. I've told the story before. I'm like, she didn't see, even though that I might go out to a party and I'll stay later than the time I should be coming home. All she saw was the next day I was still there. You know what I mean? She was not awake when the beatings came. So I think she kind of looked at it as I was the favorite because she would be there when my parents, so my dad used to work from, I think it was like around 2 o'clock or something like that, 2 o'clock till 12 or 1, right?
Mm.
So most of the time, everything was put on my mom. So if I asked my mom, I'm going out and going somewhere, she would tell me, yo, be home at 9 o'clock.
Before your dad. Oh, you're 9.
9.
Or not even before your dad.
No, it wasn't before my dad. Right? It would be like either 9 or 10. Those were the times she used to give me. And I would go out. My sister was there when she heard it. So I'm pretty sure she was awake when I didn't reach in by that time.
Right.
I would come home maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I get home, sometimes my dad wasn't even in home at that time. And I would get home and I'd go in my room. She would tell him, as soon as he coming from work, she would just tell him. And before my man would even sit down and put some food in his belly or anything like that, the man came in my room and he would just beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, to prime his hunger, man. To prime his appetite.
Next time,
And
next time I see his dad, I'm gonna ask him about these beatings.
ask him about it. Right? And my sister never saw that. So I think she probably might have felt that I got away with a lot of things, but it wasn't that. I don't think I was really bad. It was just,
No, it's just timing wise. So we didn't do anything bad.
we didn't really do anything bad.
We didn't do anything. It was
the
just
times-
it's just the times. We stayed out when we shouldn't be staying out. That's it.
Yeah.
We weren't bad kids, man.
No,
But,
not at
this is
all.
the problem. The whole beaten stories. Okay, so
But as a parent, you don't know that. So
Right. You don't know what's happening.
you
out
don't know
there.
that. So as a
Right.
parent, I'm speaking for the parent side now because we weren't bad. We weren't doing anything wrong. It was just that wherever we went,
We just stayed longer.
we told
than
our parents
should have.
exactly where we were going. It's just that we'd stay longer than what was advertised,
yeah.
right? But like I said, our parents don't know that. So in their minds, they're worrying. So fast forward now, I'm about to experience this with my son. So I was glad that he came to me and I was like, well, you know what? I'll pick you up.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want him to do is tell me he's coming home at, say, 1 o'clock and my boy don't reach,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Which is good because again, my daughter's 24 this year, and she still does that. Whenever she leaves, she tells us where she's going. She tells us. So that's why with her, she's a different beast. It's that next one there. But Dean, you still have outside of Sinai. What about the next two
Next three.
No, not the third one because that's gonna be a while still.
Oh my gosh.
The next two, how you feel about those two?
Leah, I'm not worried about.
Wow.
Eowyn? I'm keeping my eye on Eowyn.
Huh? It's one of those. Aaron, stop poking.
Man, I have to say that, you know, none of the kids are bad. They are all good girls. They, you know, keep their grades up. They're, you know, good at what they do. But every now and again, you kind of see a little something where you're just thinking, at some point there's going to be a fork in the road, and I have a feeling you're going to do a hard left. Oh man, yeah. And when I got my the other two, no worries about it.
Yet.